Now we are in losers semifinals. This is top 6. Dark Knight and Ganza will be playing up to 5 games, depending on how everything goes. Ganza's making me a believer, or making me a believer, thinking that he might be really good. It's really hard to say based on uh the fact that we haven't really been able to see him this whole tournament. But Dark Knight has been looking incredible, uh, basically since he hit the losers bracket. So hopefully we'll see something. We are going to Trophy's Edge, one of the 2 maps that we've seen quite a bit of, honestly, this tournament.
Definitely the most neutral maps, definitely the ones that, people who are going for a slightly more competitive playstyle seem to favor. I would have loved to see a little bit more Haunted House, personally. I do love a bit of Haunted Mansion, but this is where it has landed, and it looks like Batman able to get some very nice aerial combos, juggling Stripe here,
who is able to tag Stripe with the Batarang, but doesn't really get much more off of that. Already has a 74% lead, though. Let's see if Stripe is able to get anything back, kind of evening it up. But honestly, Dark Knight needs to be really careful because they're really close to being kill percent.
No, absolutely. Now sat at a nice and round 100. I want to get Batman up to 42, but that smoke bomb is obviously going to maybe throw a little bit of disruption into the stage. And Batman now able to get the initial elimination. Ganza making a very strong case for why they deserve to be in the final. And now Stripe is on the back foot, but able to get a nice bit of damage, getting Batman all the way up to 91 before the combo's broken.
Ganza's doing a really good job of using his...
You've done it again!
Oh man, I don't need a compilation. But Ganza's been doing a really good job of using his projectiles to really keep Dark Knight in a precarious position. I know that I just caster cursed the Batman here, but
you really have.
The point still stands that it's really hard for this Stripe that we've watched over and over again do a really good job of just finding his way in, getting these really good small combos even, and just unable to do so in this matchup.
No, absolutely. And now we're going back to that ledge side combat that we've seen all across the tournament. Stripe is now marked, sat at a very dangerous 110. Batman sat at a slightly more comfortable 81. The kick is not quite enough. They're both battling right on the verge of death.
What a good dodge, but still in a precarious position. Returning the damage. We'll see if Dark Knight's able to close it out, but they're all... I'm holding my breath.
There it is.
Oh my god.
It's honestly, there is basically nothing in it. All it takes is one incredibly heavy hit and Batman is off the stage. We've been in a fight like this. We know what it takes to get through to the next round. Stripe able to get that second stock. It's basically even Steven. Stripe now marked as the final fight goes in. Another air juggle, just trying to get them close to the edge. Able to get the landing on the ground though.
Good combo from Gonzo, but... Gonzo, sorry. Ganza. And, but Dark Knight needs to find a way down, is unable to do so. Ganza closing out the first game. It ended up being a lot closer than I initially was expecting, but Ganza was still able to close out that first game. I think small adjustments from Dark Knight will allow him to close out the next game or even the next 2. Once again, this is a first to 3, a best of 5. So Dark Knight does have a couple of extra games to make his comeback.
And it looks like I'm gonna get my wish. We're going back to the haunted mansion. See, I just love this stage. I think the holes in the floor make for an interesting environmental change. Obviously, the destructible walls on the side. I love a destructible environment. What can I say?
I do think it introduces an interesting dynamic where Batman doesn't do a great job of punishing in the horizontal vector. Is Batman dead? Oh no!
He's
Good
able
dodge!
to just hold on at a 90 for survival. Amazing survival tactics there from Ganza. Although they have certainly paid the price for it. Finally able to secure the elimination is Dark Knight, sat at a rather comfortable 45 now, catching Batman in the corner.
Fighting his way through the corner into the center, able to honestly capitalize off the fact that the Bat Bomb was on Stripe, evening up the stocks, but there is a huge percent deficit, a positioning deficit, as they try to return to neutral. The wall is really dangerous on this map.
No, absolutely. Catching your opponent in the corner like that, really giving them nowhere to go. You could just layer in the damage. Again, using those smoke bombs to try and lay a little bit of an ambush for Stripe. Doesn't really look like it's benefited all that much on this occasion. But still able to get quite a lot of damage in, and there goes the wall.
Last frames able to clip Stripe. Kind of unfortunate, but is able to reverse the situation. Dark Knight's looking to finish the stock, but is unable to. Dashes outwards to make sure that they don't get clipped by anything.
Not able to use the buzzsaw to create space. There it is though. Batman went for the risky play. It didn't pay off this time. Stripe though sat at 123. He needs to get that elimination now. We've already got a deficit of 50 damage for when this stock pops. Is he already in a disadvantageous position? Who's to say?
I'm going to say maybe. I just, yeah, we're looking at a 70% deficit. Honestly, this isn't really a deficit when it comes to these characters. Either can open up the other character either towards a kill. We've seen Batman kill at really low percents, or just stacking on the damage just to even it up.
The Bat Bomb is now placed, getting a nice bit of damage. You could tell both of these competitors are nervous. One stock in it, 4 minutes on the clock. We've not really had a position where the timer is that much of an influence on the match, but the chainsaw able to get a huge amount of damage in. Is this going to be it for Batman? There it is. There's the elimination. Dark Knight able to get one bat on Ganza.
I genuinely thought that Ganza was going to be able to get back on stage after the down air trade, but man, I don't know it was a good stage decision. Like I said, Batman has a really hard time on the horizontal. So if you just keep Batman in a box, there's not much place for him to run. And there's a couple of situations off stage where they're both scrapping it out, trying to figure out who is going to honestly be on top, literally and figuratively. Dark Knight clutches it out.
No, absolutely. I think, again, all of these matches, the last 2 or 3 that we've been able to see have been incredibly close. Looks like we're going to Sky Stadium now. Possibly for the next bout.
Sky Arena is interesting. Sky Arena is a no platform stage, similar to Smash Brothers Final Destination. Basically across the board, players in every platform fighter have agreed that this is not a neutral stage, that it clearly favors one character over the other. But we keep seeing people go back there regardless of matchup or, character selection.
I think it's very interesting that this is probably one of the closer stages you have to a neutral.
no.
Incredibly early elimination. Stripe taking a heavy loss of stock there.
Unfortunately, Stripe thought he drifted a little bit further than he did and actually didn't make connection with the wall, so loses his stock to himself.
That's
Hopefully doesn't make a similar...
unfortunate.
Able to get back on stage this time. Maybe he's able to even it up. Ooh, good jump from Batman. You can see how close that these players are playing to the bottom edge of the map. And I think that is a sign of confidence as well as tenacity to really be looking for those kind of edges.
No, absolutely. We've seen a few players across the tournament attempt those very risky eliminations and sometimes obviously getting punished for it. I am very impressed that Ganza has been able to hold on as long as he has. He's already got Stripe back up to 100, sitting at 160 on his own heat. Still not taking the elimination though. There it is, but 110 damage done before you've lost your first stock. That's incredible endurance shown by Ganza.
Hopefully Darknight is able to keep that endurance. Is not able to, but honestly, Darknight really needs to not be kicking himself in the butt for kind of giving away a stock here, because this game is very winnable still from the side of Stripe.
No, absolutely. We've seen that Stripe is able to get massive amounts of damage in. However, it does look like Batman's going to try and get that edge control once again. Able to get it, it looks like. And now it's got Stripe on the back foot. The Buzzsaw not really being as effective as we've seen in earlier matchups.
So we're going... Oh, good dodge. Tagging him with a Bat Bomb. Able to bring up Stripe to basically 100%. But is now on the back foot, getting comboed. I'm not entirely sure what killed him.
I believe that was a mix of very good air control and maybe a slight positioning error from Darknight's side, but that was over incredibly quickly. In all honesty,
I wonder if that bomb move you can kill yourself with that. Off the top, but either way, I hope Darknight's not kicking themselves in the butt for losing that first stock super early, and basically the way that game wrapped up. They are down a game. We are still in it. It's gonna be 2 games Ganza, 1 game Darknight, as they ready up for the next game. Ganza might be able to clutch it out.
There's still a lot of room here. There's still plenty of time for Darknight to make the comeback that they need. Obviously, we're going to that third round point, and we are going back to Haunted Mansion, where obviously Darknight was able to even out the scores here. So quite clearly, I think if there is an opportunity for it to be evened out, it is here in the Haunted Mansion.
Now, if Darknight does clutch this game out, where do you think they go back to Sky Arena?
I can very comfortably predict that, yeah, we'll see another Sky Arena bout. It certainly seems to be the favorite, but there it is. Darknight already getting the advantage, 50 damage taken. Not the best position for you to be in, but when you're stock up, you can allow for that kind of damage to be sat on.
Huge gimp, making sure that he shoved Batman into the ground. And then now, even getting really good damage off on Batman, off of his extra stock. 77% is nothing to scoff at.
No, absolutely not. Both now sat at over 100, both in kill position, it definitely looks like Dark Knight is taking advantage of the favored arena. 2 stocks up, 129 heat.
He really said, "Oh, you thought that you won last game? I actually gave you that last game. Let me show you what's about to happen."
I cannot believe. There it is, though.
I wouldn't
It's
feel
not-
bad if I was Dark Knight.
No, absolutely. You're already 2-0 up on the stocks. There it is, the third elimination.
And it was a JV. Didn't take any damage that game. Very quick. 1, 2, 3, and just closes that round. We're gonna go to game 5. Like I said, I suspect a Sky Arena, but maybe do we see a mix-up from Ganza? Maybe we see
We could see a mix-up, perhaps. That is what
Batcave.
we call cold, calculated efficiency from Dark Knight.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we see like a bat cave, a tree fort.
I haven't seen a tree fort this entire tournament so far.
Yeah, I'm surprised too because I think there's a lot of characters that benefit from the multi platform nature of tree fort, but it looks like we are getting into game 5, Trophy's Edge, another relatively neutral map. Winner of this game moves on to losers finals to go up against Trick, the Iron Giant Menace.
The absolute menace that is the Iron Giant. But, of course, they need to focus on the challenge that is right ahead of them, and that is Stripe and Batman. The Bat Bomb placed on Stripe, getting some very nice early damage, but again, it's incredibly even.
Just scrapping back and forth. Honestly, Ganza found the first opening, and then Dark Knight found the second opening, kind of just trading percent at this point. Nobody finding a huge edge, but this platform being so far out into the air, making it kind of awkward for Dark Knight to make it back onto stage.
Oh,
Now they're scrapping it off stage.
very close, incredibly close to the edge. Trying to kill Stripe, but he's able to hang on. That is incredible. The grapple is enough to get the elimination, but with 100 heat on, the damage is already done. There it is. We're basically back on even Stevens.
Oh my god. They're both clearly fighting for their life here. And honestly, first opening goes to Ganza, but the platform actually messing him up. Unable to capitalize on the combo. Now they're both off stage. They're really just scrapping it out.
It truly is. They both know that it's all to play for. $100 is on the line. The bragging rights is on the line. Everything is at stake in this match, and they are leaving nothing left. Completely and utterly decimating one another. An incredibly even bout. Looks like Ganza has a very slight advantage as we're back on the edge.
Unfortunately, sending himself off with his TNT. Had to kind of burn some resources to get back onto the ledge, but Ganza taking advantage of that. Hopefully he's able to stick a lot of percent, but it's looking like Dark Knights might be able to close the stock out. Oh!
It's gonna be incredibly close. We're back to that offstage combat. There's the elimination. 50 damage taken. Genuinely could go either way. It is a 5-round match that has come down to the final stock. I would say this is the most intense match we've seen so far, and a lot of damage has already gone out in this final stock.
Dark Knight really dancing around these projectiles. Batman trying to get this combo started because he knows that if he gets a long combo, he can kill the Spike, but is unable to connect with anything big. Oh, this combo started for Spike. Dark Knight gets him off
There
stage.
it is. Very, very close. That is incredible. 90, 100 damage on Stripe, 85 on Batman, up to 100 either way. This could literally go either way.
One big hit. Oh, that was enough. Everyone's looking for it. You, me,
It-
the characters on the
it's-
screen.
It is all to play for here. Every risk is being taken. The smoke bomb comes out. The buzzsaw comes out. Stripe able to get the combination.
Oh!
He gets it. I cannot
Clutch, and I'll
believe
stop you.